Welcome back to another episode of the Liverpool post-match review show. Liverpool have just drawn 1-1 at home to Sunderland, and it's a game that will not live long in the memory because the first half we were very poor, and the second half we weren't much better, but we got away with a draw. But before I continue, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and don't forget to hit that notification button. As I said, 1-1 with a deflected goal from Wirtz, which obviously went down as an own goal, unfortunately, but it's a goal that got us a draw. So the first half, as I've said already, wasn't good enough. I don't know what's going on right now. Don't know why it's all changed, but we are so slow. We are so pedantic. We, of course, are very low in confidence, but at the same time, there must be a way for the players to be able to just pass the ball quicker. A lot of people are blaming Slot on our style of play, which obviously the style of play is directed by the manager. But once you cross that white line, I'm pretty sure he's not telling them to pass as slow as they're passing. Everything looks too considered. They get the ball and then they think about where they want to pass it. The patterns of play, which could be on the manager, just don't seem to be there. And it's frustrating. There's players that are good one game, the next game, they're just not cutting it. For instance, someone like Gakpo, who wasn't great against West Ham, but today he was shocking. And the complaint from fans, and it's a justified complaint, is that he's a one-trick pony. Gets the ball, cut inside. Get the ball, cut inside. If we see it and we know it, then every single right back, every single centre back, every single winger will know that's what he's going to do. So then they're going to find him inside and give him no options. So he is old enough now, he's been playing football long enough to know that he needs to adapt his game. He needs to find a way to get outside his fullback, so at least it can give an option for Kirkes or Robertson to do an underlap. Or if you're going to cut in with the intention of at least playing it outside for the fullback to run past, because he doesn't use our fullback either, which is another problem we have with Cody Gakpo. He was rightfully subbed at half-time. If I'm being honest, if it was someone like Mourinho, it probably would have started him after 20 minutes, half an hour. But first half, really, really, really poor watch. Did they come with a low block? Yes, they did. But it's our job to break down that low block. It's our job to have the skill set, considering we're supposed to be the better team, supposed to be the team of the better players, to be able to overcome that. We'll look at the stats as I always do, and the stats can be deceiving. 62% possession, 38% for them, and the expected goals for us 0.72. There's 0.16 in the first half. We've had 8 shots, they've had 5. But when you look at it, we've had 3 on target, they've had 4 on target. But we did have a big chance that we missed, and I can only imagine that's Wirtz's chance that he took with his right foot. But we also hit the post with McAllister from a set piece, but we're not playing well, and you could argue, I know we got a deflected goal, but you could argue that it's not getting the luck that we need right now. But something has to change, because I look at the starting lineup and I'm thinking, okay, cool. Am I happy with the starting lineup? Gakpo probably shouldn't start. When is Slot going to start Chiesa? I don't think it will, but he needs to. Because we can't keep playing Gakpo every single time and not getting anything out of it. I might be sounding harsh not getting anything out of it considering he got a goal and assist last game, but it's either he gets a goal or an assist or he's trash. It's such an extreme. So for me, I'd like to see that change. Next game, Saturday, away to Leeds. I know he's not going to do it, but I'd like to see Chiesa come in and start left wing. Was I happy with Isak starting? I probably would have gone with Ekitike, but he probably sees it as Isak got a goal. He might have trained well since that game and thinks that, yeah, cool, let me keep him in there. But if you're Ekitike, you're going to be upset because you know that you've had a good start to the season and the manager's the only thing that's stopping him from continuing that good start by taking him out. But first half, as I said, nothing to write home about. We move on to the second half. And the stats for the second half, 62% possession. We move on to the second half. Stats for the second half, 74% possession to their 26. Expected goals, us slightly higher, 0.74 to their 0.26. They obviously scored, so did we. 15 shots to us, 4 for them. We've had 15 shots and only one was on target. Only one was on target. And listen, it's not good enough. We can't be having that many shots and not enough on target. Big chances, they only had one and they actually missed it. We didn't have any. So you look at the second half, did we dominate possession? Yes, we did. Did we look like the team that was more likely to score in the second half? More than likely, yeah. But the goal they've scored, listen, I'm going to be critical for Van Dijk for probably one of the first times this season. I've tried to support him. I've had to open my eyes and accept the fact that the style of defending that he's done his whole career, him dropping back, he needs to change it possibly now because it's now costing him. Before, he was getting away with it or he was doing it better. Now, he's conceding penalties or he's conceding shots on goal which are going in or it's getting deflected. The goal, I put it down to him. He controls the ball, good interception, but then he panics. Why does he panic? Or he just rushes, tries to pass the ball into McAllister, who's not ready for it, gives the ball away, and then what should you do? You should then pressure the attacker. Don't give him the space, close down the space. He doesn't. He drops back, turns his body halfway, and then the shot that probably goes straight to Alisson then hits his hip and then goes into the bottom corner. And he's now made 3 mistakes in that one short action, which of course that's a goal. And he needs to stop it. He needs to, if it means he has to change his game slightly, then he needs to change his game slightly. He needs to come out more. People that say he always drops back, he doesn't. But in those situations, he does it way more than he should. There's times where he steps out, but he needs to step out a lot more to prevent this from happening. But to be honest, once they score their goal, they have a little spell, 5 minutes or so, but we get back on it. As I said, as I forgot to mention, half-time, we make the sub. Gakpo goes off, and Salah comes on. Not much of a full impact from being completely honest from Salah. He tries to get involved, but he's still not the fully fledged, full-paced Salah that we saw last season. And I don't know if we're going to see it again, but we need to, because we need his goals. So we move on to the goal we've scored. It's a good bit of play, if I'm being completely honest with you, when it comes to the pressing. We press them into the corner. I think Isak pressures them hard, or Sabozai presses hard into the corner, which forces Alderete to launch it upfield. And the goal scorer for them, Talbi, miscontrols the ball or doesn't get enough purchase on it. And good from Jones. He's in on his touch. He called it. He wants aggression. He wants hard tackles. He said it after he lost to PSV, and he showed it. He gets in. He's sharp. He's aggressive into the tackle. Gives the ball to Wirtz, and Wirtz does a little jinky-jink, then finds a bit of space for himself. If we're being completely honest, it's a horrible shot. It's with his weaker foot, and it's going wide. But we got the luck we deserved. We got the luck we needed. And it comes off Mukiele into the back of net in the 81st minute. And from then on, I'm thinking, yes, we've got time. We've got time to get a second goal, and we pressure. We do pressure. We keep pressure on, but that pressure almost cost us because we take a long ball. We take a corner or is a shot into the box, goalkeeper gets it, and for some reason we're sleeping and we've allowed Isidor to just creep upfield. Goalkeeper sees it and he launches it and he's through on goal. Before we realise it, he's through on goal. The credit goes to Chiesa because that is what I called for last game. I said, where is the fight? Where are the people throwing their bodies in? Where are the people sprinting, breaking their necks to get back, to stop a goal, to stop an attack? And he gets lucky slightly, if I'm being honest, because he slightly pushes Isidor. Not a hard one, but if Isidor goes down, he probably gets the penalty. So I'm so happy he didn't. He slightly pushes him. Isidor goes around the goalkeeper, but Chiesa does not give up. Chiesa chases it down. He slows down, which is really important. You see a lot of players run full speed and then overrun the ball and jump in and dive in, and then the person kicks it behind him. He doesn't. Really smart play. He slows down, gets himself in the right position, and then blocks it. And saves us the game, for me, to be honest. It's not a game we deserve to lose. And you could argue it's probably not a game we deserve to win. A draw was probably the right result, but he saved us. So, well done him. And I say it again, I think he deserves to start the next game along with Ekitike instead of Isak. And also Jones needs to start instead of McAllister. I'm happy Gomez got a rest because it should mean he's ready to start against Leeds at right back. And if Slot is correct, we might have Bradley back. So it means that we can have Bradley on the bench and he can come on as a substitute for Gomez because Gomez can't do the 90 minutes. And we can use Jones in midfield. We can use McAllister off the bench. Some people said that no one played well today. I wouldn't fully agree. I thought Wirtz played well today. I thought he was all over the place. He's running non-stop. But the problem is, we don't give him the ball enough. He's in pockets, he's in spaces. It's like we don't trust him to give him the ball in those spaces for him to do his 1-2s. He's fantastic at getting the ball, receiving it, and passing it off to someone that he's seen through his scanning already. And we need to trust the fact that we can give him a ball in a certain area, he can turn and he can get away and he can move us forward. Because the problem we're having is we're not giving him the ball, and then in turn we're not giving Isak the ball. Isak gets a little criticism because he doesn't have enough touches, only 14 touches in the whole game. But that's not his fault because our attackers are not servicing him. We're not giving him the ball enough for him to do something. Should he come back in and do more link-up play? That's not really his game. It's not really his game, but I'm guessing he's going to have to learn it because 14 touches in, possibly 80 minutes he's played today, Isak, it's not enough. 86 minutes, it's not enough, but he's not solely to blame. We need to service him. We need to get the ball, and it's a lot of the time it's Gakpo. Gakpo is very one-dimensional, as I said, and doesn't look up and pass the ball early enough. But anyway, as I always do, I'll move on to the play ratings now. And I will start with Alisson. Nothing you can do about the goal, but he was dodgy with his feet. A couple of times, some loose passes. One of them, he chipped it over our centre-backs straight to one of their players and caused a counter-attack. So I've given him a 6. Not a good enough performance with his feet, but everything else he was fine with today. Comes to claim crosses. Does that very well today. So Gomez, I thought was okay. Gets a yellow card. It's a strong tackle, but I don't mind that sometimes. I don't mind giving him a rattler. It allows the person to know you're there. It allows him to know that, listen, you can do all this stuff. I'm not having it. I've given him a 6.5. Going back-to-back is not easy for him after playing 90 minutes, so there would have been an element of fatigue in his legs, but he didn't let us down. When he left the pitch, it was 0-0. So he did his job defensively. Arte, I thought he was better today. One silly mistake where he misjudges the header, heads it back. Robbery doesn't get full on attack, and we get rescued by McAllister. But come on, Konate, we can't have this. We have one mistake every game. So I've given him a 6.5. Move on to Van Dijk. He gets a 6. At fault for the goal, but beyond that, he's pretty much done what we've needed him to do. If I'm being completely honest, can't really complain about how he's defended, other than the goal. Obviously, I've made my complaint clear that he should have defended the goal better, but his passing was decent and he didn't really let us down in the air. Aerial duels, 7 out of 9 won. Ground duels, 1 out of 1. So it's the fact that he's conceded the goal that's cost him, really. So I've given him a 6. Now, moving on to Robbo. I think Robbo was actually quite solid today. Can't really fault him. I've given him a 7. Thought he defended well. Duel-wise, 1 out of 3, but a couple of those weren't him getting beaten. They were in challenges. It was a 2-on-1, and he gets a little touch in and someone takes the ball off him. Getting forward, he got forward quite well. He helped contribute with the attack. And he got a lot of the ball, 78 touches. So yeah, he gets a 7 from me. Gravenberch, he gets a 7 as well. Busy in the midfield. Touches-wise, he has 75 touches. I'm looking at his ground duels, 3 out of 5 won. Aerial duels, 1 out of 2. And 2 clearances and 8 recoveries. He shielded the defence quite well. Like I said, they didn't really have clear options, clear scoring chances. So he's done his job there. McAllister, same with him. I'm flipping between a 6.5 or a 7. He's just really slow at the moment. I think I'll probably give him a 6.5. He's really slow at the moment on the getting across the pitch. Something's just not quite right with him. Ground duels, 3 out of 5. Doesn't contest any aerial duels and 4 recoveries. I just need to see the McAllister we've seen for the last 2 years. It's not the same guy right now, and I need my real Mac 10 back. Going to Florian Wirtz. For me, I thought he was our best player. Good to see him following on from the game on the weekend on Sunday. Could he have done more, potentially? He had a shot that was a big chance that he missed. Should have scored it. So that's 2 games he should have scored. He helps get the equaliser with his shot that goes in off Mokiele. But I'm just happy to see him starting, him playing, and him being positive. And players just need to give him the ball and be on his wavelength, because that's what we're missing right now. So I've given him a 7. Gakpo, boy, he gets a 4. Not good enough. Needs to do better and doesn't deserve to start next game. Short and swift of him. I mean, it's just getting frustrating that he's so hot and cold. He either gets an assist or a goal, like I've said, or is really poor. So yeah, not good enough for me today and needs to be dropped on this next game anyway. Szoboszlai, not as great as performance today. He gets a 6.5. Playing right wing hasn't suited him. He seems to be a bit out of it, but it's given us good protection. But he can do better. So 6.5. Isak, it's a harsh one. He gets 6.5 as well. It's also because he's not getting any service. We need to give him the right service. And I guess he needs to also come back and do more link-up play. He can do better. But we move on to the subs. Salah comes on at half-time. Not the biggest impact. He gets a 6. Curtis Jones comes on, 65 minutes. He goes right back. Would have got an assist, but good play there. He gets 6.5. Ekitike comes on in the 74th minute. he gets a 6. He tried, but never really managed to get into the game properly. Kirkes and Federico Chiesa, they both come on at the same time. They both get a 6 as well. Saves our butt, to be honest. Doesn't really manage to get into the game attacking wise. He needs to give him confidence to start a game, and maybe we'll see more from him. And Slot, today, he's gone from having a 7 last game to having a 5 today. Just needs to get us a win. We're at home. I want to see more positivity, and I want to see more patterns of play. So the way we're playing is down to him, and he needs to find a way to motivate the players more so the confidence gets back into them. You're the coach, you need to give them confidence. So guys, that's my player ratings, and this is my post-match review. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, don't forget to hit the notification button. This has been James, Armchair Pundits. Take it easy. Peace.